YouTube, what's up guys? Today we are installing a short shifter on my Toyota Celica GTS 6-speed. I'm really excited. I've done this many times in the past. These short shifters will be available on my website. They're MWR-like, so the same method and pattern and everything that MWR, Monkey Wrench Racing, uses. You can go ahead and swing by MITCHDORE.COMHOW, grab them, but let's go ahead and jump into the Celica and I'll show you guys how to install it. Before we kind of really jumped into it, this is a complete OEM. Everything's OEM shift knob. This shift knob actually will be for sale on MITCHDORE.com. If it's in this video, that means it hasn't sold yet. This is the one and only one that I have. It is a 6-speed original. Look at that, in good condition, really good condition. Pretty awesome to actually still have one of these. A lot of people have removed them. That being said, people are sought after these and they're pretty expensive new. That being said, this is original throw. So here it is currently. So this is gonna be 1, this is gonna be 2, this is gonna be 3, this is gonna be 4, this is gonna be 5, way out there, 6, and then backing up over to reverse. So that being said, it's pretty big throw. It's a big thing. It's a big shifter. That being said, let's go ahead and start removing it. I'll show you how to install. In the kit, you're gonna get these stiffer bushings. You're gonna get the beautiful, look at that. Short shifter itself, a little bit of weight down there, counterbalance right there, that looks nice. And then you're gonna also get the bolts and then a retainer clip right here. This is gonna be the video to how to install this. So let's go ahead from this gigantic throw, oh my gosh, and start doing it. First thing you do, lefty-loosey on the shift knob. Very easy, remove the shift knob. The next thing that you want to do is maybe remove the cigarette lighter if your car's so OEM stock like this bad boy. This Tsunami car is like freaking perfect. And then you're going to pop open this, and I got a surprise in there. I'll show you guys in the next video. We're going to move that aside. There's going to be a little piece of carpet in here, and this carpet right here actually comes up. Let me grab a screwdriver so we can push that out of the way. Okay, that's what's exposed. Next, 2 10mm bolts down there. So we're gonna go ahead and do lefty-loosey on those 2 10mm bolts. Now, once we have those loosened and out of there, the 10mm bolts, one of my favorite things is, check this out. Put your finger right here, check this out. Push up, like that, and then like, the whole thing just comes off. Look at that, isn't that crazy? That is crazy to me. Celicas are hilarious. Let's go ahead and do this clip right now. So now that that's off, that's kind of funny. The shift boot was kind of floating a little bit. I see this all the time on people's Celicas. It kind of drives me nuts, guys. If you have this, there's these clips right here. See this right here, there's 4 of them. Those are meant for the boot. That's where they sit. So clip this boot into these right here. This part right here and that part right there. Now we're gonna do some more lefty-loosey. So we're gonna do some Phillips heads right here. There's gonna be a Phillips head right here. We're gonna do lefty-loosey on this one. A Phillips head right here, and a Phillips head right here. We're gonna start doing those. Once you have those Phillips heads, you pull this. This is the window switch circuit. It's pretty easy. Pull that undone, and then here's a little clip for it right there. This guy. Very simple, guys. This is a pretty simple install, and it's worth every penny. The next thing we're gonna do, again, I gotta do these ones real quick. Let me do that, and I'll show you guys the next ones. And I'll show you these, this, and then on that side this, and then the center console thing will come out. So that's what you're trying to do, is get the center console out so we can get to these bolts right there. Boom, the center console is out. I have yet to open up one of these that does not have dirt and grime all over it, but this is by far the cleanest one I've seen yet. So I'm pretty happy with the results of that, but it is dusty in here. This car came from Alabama. That was where he bought it originally, in Alabama, I believe. That being said, we have it out. So next things next that we're gonna do, now that we have this all out and exposed, we are gonna vacuum, and you're gonna find some stuff in here. One time I found like a driver's license and like an old credit card. You can find interesting things in here. This time I only found like a cap to a pen thingy up there, and then a rubber band. There wasn't very much in here. This guy wasn't very interesting. That being said, let's go ahead and start removing the get out your wrench again, and what you're going to do is remove the 10mm socket and put a 12mm socket, and you're going to do lefty-loosey on these right here. And there's one there, there's one right here. I got an extended wrench which I really love. I use that, and then there's one right there and one right here. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Lefty-loosey on those. Let's lift that loose. Why? Because we're going to be using our mounting points right here. You should always use these. I've seen people not use these. I would be in shock why they wouldn't. It makes it for a stiffer base, so I'll show you, and it raises it. Let me show you how we do it. Now that I removed the 12 millimeters, removed all 4 of those, you guys can see that there's a rubber bushing grommet right here and right there. You guys are gonna pop those out. So this whole thing is actually available to move around now, blah, blah, blah. You can actually unhook this too over here, the wire harness. You can unhook that too to get some more leverage on there to pop these out with your long. I'm gonna go get a flathead screwdriver, so let me go grab that real quick. Okay, back at it. So here is that grommet. There's a little brass colored metal piece on there. You can push on it with a flathead screwdriver. It'll come out. It should look like this. Go do all 4 of that on all 4 of these. Very simple. Push down and it will come out. Now that you have all those out, you're good. You're good to go with pretty much the plastic housing or whatever you call this. There's a little thing right here. You guys see this? You're gonna pull these apart like that, so that we can get the shifter out of there. So I'll show you how to do this. So just pull those out right here. Boop. Let's see that. Pull that out like that, and then this cable would be disconnected. Okay, once that's out right there, again, this is don't feel stressed. This is not a hard job. If you need anything, comment down below. I'll help you. You can see that this is disconnected now, and this thing will go, yeah, it'll go crazy, right? Because that's not connected down there. Now the next thing that I started to do is you're gonna take a, you can do, what do they call it, a tap or whatever it is. You can do that, or you can do this flathead screwdriver, a screwdriver that fits in here, and you're gonna take it and hit it with that sledgehammer. You do need a hammer, it doesn't have to be a sledgehammer, mallet, and you're gonna push this out. And the kit comes with another one. Look right here, comes with this one. So and it's black. Black looks better. Let's bang that out. Again, very simple. Once you push this through out here, now watch. Ooh, look at that. We have access. Pretty cool, right? Make sure that this little keeper right here is correct though. I actually reinstalled it the wrong way one time. So this is a little keeper that goes on top of this ball. You're gonna want to WD-40 all of this, lube it all up. But do it on the way back, not on the way forward. Why? Because you don't want to get it all dirty before you go work on it and then get dirty again. So let's go ahead and pull this out now. I'll show you. All right, there's one more step. There's a little keeper that sits on the end like this, and you have to pop it off. Boom, pop it off. I start out actually with a big old knife to wedge it in there. Then I use a flathead screwdriver and wiggle it left, wiggle it right, wiggle left, and then it pops off. You're gonna keep that because you're gonna need to reuse that, so keep that in mind. Now that you did that, this should be able to slide out through here, and then this whole thing will come apart. See? Just, oh, sorry guys, it'll come apart just like this. Keep this in order, the way it's supposed to be. Keep it in order. Yeah, like just like that. Set it right there. We're gonna grease all this up. Now this can come off. Set that over there. This is the thing that I was keep it like this. It actually faces upward, these little teeth, and then you're gonna pull this whole thing out. And we're done. Now it's time to grab the WD-40 and clean all this up, and then we're gonna pop off these 2 plastic pieces to put them on the selector shaft over there. All right, some people have an issue with this. This is the next step. So the hardest step is going to be get that keeper off, that one right here. That'll be your hardest step, to get the keeper off that goes right here. The next hardest step out of the whole thing will be to get these off. People struggle with this a lot. It's very simple, okay? What you have, and most people have one of these, is an adjustable crescent wrench. That's what this is. You adjust it just to the length that it'll get over the metal ball, and then it'll pop that off. And you just rock it back and forth, and it'll shoot it off and bounce against, the interior. But I'll go ahead and do it with this one. It's not hard. If you need more instructions, comment down below and I'll help you. Okay, so this is where you are. The next thing is you take those little plastic clips that you popped off and you just clip them on there. The way that you can do this is you put the little flat surface, let's get it, the flat surface on the ground, and you just push pretty hard guys, and it'll pop in. Once it's in there, then you're good to go. Now we're gonna go and start reinstalling everything. Some write-ups say just reverse all the steps, but you know, I wanna show you guys. So I did clip that one back in. That's the first one I did. I clipped that lower one back in. You guys remember I removed that little clip right there. I clipped it back in with the white plastic on there. I clipped it in and I lubed it up a little bit. The next one that I'm gonna go ahead and do, I'll show you guys the next step that we're gonna do. This is a little tricky too. It's not hard, a little tricky. What you're gonna wanna do is put this, and remember, you're gonna want this spring in here. Keep this spring, there's white spring. You're gonna want that aligned. You're gonna put this over plasticky piece right here. It needs to go over the short shifter. and then you slide this long bolt all the way through so it shows up on this side while simultaneously putting this in. It's easy, it's not hard. You got to do that. Keep her back on, this is slid back in. I haven't gotten it all the way through, that's the new one that I used. I'm gonna bolt it down so that I can get more leverage on it because I don't want to beat it and have this thing wiggle too much with the hammer. You're gonna have to do the same, it's pretty easy. Next thing we're gonna do is grab these new raised these are nice, these makes it really billet aluminum, really stiff, perfect, crisp Landon VTech Landon lift shifts. So these are the razors we're gonna put right underneath here, and I'll show you how to install these next. Okay, so you take all 4 of those adapters and then you set them in there like that. You guys see that? I did clean that, I did wipe that down. Come on, you guys, you know me. So those are the adapters, all 4 of them are sitting on that. Now we're gonna use these long screws, bolts that it comes with right here, and use the washer, and we'll slide those down and tighten them. I'm gonna actually wipe that real clean. Boom, and you're done. Things that you're not gonna be needing anymore. So this is it, we're ready to go. Oh yeah, oof, it's gonna be so good. I cannot wait. Let's throw that, put the brake on, put the clutch in real quick. Let's do that. Dang, that thing is short. All right, the next thing that we wanna do real quick here, before we button it all up, is make sure that you did tighten all these mounting points down below up. Tighten those up, make sure you did all those. Make sure everything's in place, make sure all the clips are on, nothing popped out. And then what you're not gonna need anymore, or what you're throwing away, is the OEM one. You're gonna throw away this retainer thing. You're gonna throw away the 4 bolts that come with it, the OEM one, or you can do whatever you want, you can keep them. But you're gonna disregard all that. Make sure you disregard that, and then make sure you have all your screws and whatnot on the other side. You don't wanna throw away any of those. Boom, that is night and day difference. Look at that vacuum job, that looks awesome. So we got it way clean now. Look at that, so much better. All clean vacuum. This car's nice. These seats are actually pretty nice. They're really comfy. The black with the black center, that's kind of cool. Let's go ahead and start reassembling the plastics now, and I'll show you guys how to do that. Boom, just like before, you're gonna slide the center console over, pull the e-brake all the way up, enter it like this. So you're gonna come in, let me show you, real high like that, real high, and then come in, and it'll click in, and it'll button itself right back up into the OEM. Don't forget this, retighten the 2 10mm bolts in here, and then grab your carpet and put your carpet back in there. Oh yeah, we got carpet in there. Boom. Now we're gonna move on to reassembling this. Let's do the screws here and the screws here. All right, the next 2 that we did was here and here. Those 2 we put back in here on the side, and then on the other side. Good, so let's go ahead and do the window switch. So let's grab that window switch, put this back in. Make sure to plug it in before you put it back in. Window switch is back in, plugged in. Now we're gonna actually we're getting close, guys. Before we do this, you do need to plug in the cigarette lighter, so make sure you do that. That's a little wire there, don't forget that, otherwise you won't have a cigarette lighter. In addition, I did clean the shift boot so it looks better, but you guys know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna burn off these little singes right here because they're ugly. So of course you know I'm gonna burn those little singes off. Let's burn those off real quick. All right, the last piece is this. You're just where you started from, pretty much where you started from. You can click it in right there, put the little knob on, and then just push in, and we're done. We're done, baby. That's awesome. That is awesome. So, you can use this little retainer clip. No, not anymore. So, or you cannot use this anymore. This is a retainer clip to hold the boot up. Why? Because you need the boot lower. Now you can actually cut this and then reuse that, which I'll probably do maybe later, so that there's not too much boot, and you can make it look better, which I've done in my past Celicas. It really does make it look aesthetic. But yeah, let's go ahead and put the OEM knob back on, because my next video I'm gonna show you what the next perfect knob I'm gonna use for this. There we go. Let's go ahead and do that, and we're back where we are, and then we'll throw it in some gears, and maybe I'll take it for a spin. All right, before we go hit a little bit of lift, I had to get a little bit of 92 octane in here. This thing has not been filled since I've owned it, and it is so dirty in here. What do you guys think? Next mod, TRD fuel lid? I think so. I think we should do a TRD fuel lid. Let's go shift it a couple times and then wrap up the video. fired up. Boom. We're good to go. So we're gonna go ahead and grab a couple gears with it. Oh, that is nice. Oh yeah. Perfect. I really like it. Back and forth. I'm gonna let the 2Z warm up a little bit, and then we'll go and hit a couple of VVTL lines. All right, so we're coming up, and we're gonna go and hit some VVTL. Ooh, feels good. This is kind of a slow rolling start into it, and just go full throttle. All right, ready, and let's go. Oh yeah, landed lift. Woo! Dang, that is great. Oh, that is awesome. What a sunset. Boom, and that is how you install a short throw on a Celica GT or GTS. It works on both of them. Same thing works on the MR2 SPYDER 2000 to 2005. I do recommend putting a little bit of WD-40 on it to lube it up some to make it go into the gears and everything smooth. Do WD-40, I like that. I think that works really well, and it lubes it up for a while. You can actually use lube grease too if you want to use that. But if you have any questions, comment down below. Make sure to hit the like button. Everyone have a great weekend, and I'll see you on the next video.